Where were you before? Kim tried to shift the conversation a bit. Seth stopped.
You're full of questions, aren't you?
Just trying to get to know you.
Why?
'Cause we're in this together. That made him smile. He resumed the walk.
If you really want to know, I don't remember where I was before.
He turned to see her reaction. She gave him a look filled with all the curiosity she could muster. There was no need to fake it, of course. This was the first time she met anyone who had trouble remembering their past as she did. It worked,
I woke up one day,
he continued.
alone on a road. A few minutes later, a carriage passed, then another one, chasing it. They crashed, and soon I heard screaming. A bandit was threatening a finely dressed woman with a sword. Somehow, although I was unarmed, I knew how to take him down, and it turned out that the woman was King Fergus Moore's daughter.
And the rest is history.
You could say so.
He chuckled. She stopped. Should she tell him? It wasn't exactly common knowledge that she didn't remember her past. Though, it would be such a relief to tell someone. And he had been honest. What harm could it do? I also don't remember anything except for the last 2 years of my life.
What?
He stopped, then looked at her confused.
You mean you don't remember growing up in court or being a princess?
No, I was trained by fairies. Morgan Le Fay, in particular. She said I had had an accident, and I stayed with her tribe until I was ready to be presented in my father's court. He glanced at her with sincere interest now.
We have a few cases in court where princesses were sent abroad to be trained before they came into society.
There was one other in my father's court.
Did you ask the fairies about your past?
Many times. I never got a straight answer. I sometimes think that they, too, didn't really know. But they knew more than they were telling me. He took her hand again to help her during a rougher stretch of the path. Once more, she noticed that warmth that she had never felt from anyone else's touch. After walking a bit further, a strange sensation suddenly made her stop and concentrate. Something was paying attention to where they were. It was behind them, not far, and not human. It walked like it was big and heavy.
What?
Said Seth. I think I can sense something following us.
There are lots of creatures around. People who walk here often get overly alert.
That wasn't it. She knew she sensed something threatening. It was in her mind's eye now. A nocturnal creature, a beast treading the ground. Its steps interrupting the other sounds of the night. They had passed a bend in the path a few minutes earlier. It was now there, going right through it, its sides crashing the branches around it, and its sharp tail banging against the trunks.
We can't stop here,
said Seth. How much longer till we reach the shelter?
About 20 minutes. We'll be passing through a large clearing soon. It's after that.
He held out his hand.
Come, don't worry too much about noises you hear. Not many people would walk any of these paths at night.
But he would, and walking with him was almost like walking in daylight. They continued. She didn't sense the creature anymore. She wondered whether Seth was right before. Was it just her over-alertness mixed with everything that was happening tonight? You know, Seth.
What?
You're not like the other knights I've met. I must admit, a few hours ago, I was half ready to send you to the gallows the minute I'm queen. He laughed.
The gallows. No, not the gallows.
I was being merciful.
Where are you now?
He turned, a smile on his face.
What's changed? You discovered my charming personality?
She laughed. Well, you kidnapped me and took me to filthy forests with wild cats and mud.
Clearly, I made a strong impression.
He snickered. Clearly.
You're not what I thought either. Not exactly the typical court lady, though most of them would envy you, of course.
What's to be envied? She sighed. The main goal of my life is excelling at being a king's daughter, so that one day I could be a king's wife. He raised an eyebrow, surprised.
I can't believe you just said that.
What? It's the truth. They resumed their pace, and I don't think that Fergus Moore's court would be any different.
The women there are younger and prettier.
Excuse me?
I didn't mean more than you.
Yes, you did.
No, it's strictly present company excluded.
She giggled. They'd just entered the clearing, and it was easier to walk, the ground more visible. They walked side by side.
The ladies of the High Court are more ambitious than in other courts.
His tone had betrayed that he was trying to say something more. What did he mean by ambitious? How so? Seth was silent for a few moments, hesitating.
Well, I guess you might as well know. They like to entertain your future husband.
Entertain? He nodded. I see. But surely this entertainment would stop once we're married. He looked her straight in the eye. Right. So he's marrying me for the politics and my kingdom's wealth. But her words were hardly audible to herself. Somewhere behind them, she sensed it again. The creature. It had gotten much closer without her noticing, and they were now exposed, walking in the middle of the clearing. She turned and looked toward the woods. The creature. It's back. And then, in that moment that she didn't look where she stepped, something caught her foot. An instant later, she was on the ground, pain spreading.
Are you all right?
Seth bent down, moving the hem of her dress. Her teeth clenched from the agony, and she held her ankle, shocked at the level of ache. Behind Seth, the trees moved sideways, and into the clearing stepped a massive creature. All she could hear was the sound of her own screaming.